Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and I can honestly say that I missed each and every one of you guys. It's been a little while since we've seen each other. 2022 was crazy, but now it's 2023 and I'm coming at you guys with some new content. Now, if you're like me, you enjoy your trash TV. The Real Housewives or whatever, the MTV shows, the VH1 shows, you know, not that kind of trash TV. I'm talking about the ratchet. I'm talking about the ghetto. I'm talking about Zeus Network shows. Yes, I have to admit that I am a fan of the trash that comes on Zeus Network. Yeah, shout out to Zeus. Keep them coming because I love that stuff. So one in particular that I do enjoy watching and I've been following, I have been a big fan of this franchise, is Baddies. Now, if you know anything, you know that Baddies was once BGC, which Bad Girls Club. I am a big fan. I've probably watched every season. I kept up with some of the girls. Like, they're always bringing the drama. They're always bringing the tea, and I'm here for it. So last season on Baddies, it was Baddies South. It was good. It was entertaining. You know, the girls were trashy. The girls were about that life. They served up the drama. They served up the tea, and I was here for it. Not even gonna lie. So now this season, this new season of Baddies, they are headed west. So the West Coast are taking over. They're getting to the bag, as they keep saying. I don't know when they're gonna find that bag. I hope they do find that bag. Like, shout out to y'all. Keep doing it. Keep searching for the bag wherever it is. They are looking for it. So let's get into the cast. The cast. First up, we have OG Baddie, the HBIC of the baddies of BGC. I'm talking about the one, the only Natalie Nunn. She is one of my favorites. Now, y'all have to give Natalie her flowers because she has put on for us BGC fans. She has kept that whole vibe, that whole ratchet, that whole bout that life, you know, twerk on something, going to the clubs, all that. She has brought that to our TV screens once again. You cannot hate her for that. Now, let's see. Natalie started at BGC4. She has been on numerous reality shows. She is all over the blogs. She's all over the internet. Like, I mean, she's doing her thing. You guys can say what y'all want about her, but she has put on for us BGC fans. Shout out to you, Natalie Nunn. Next up from the Bad Girls Club onto Baddies is Kat from BGC Season 5, Miami. She's repping Philadelphia. I liked Kat. Like, I liked Kat on her season. She always gave me this real baddie, like real classy, ratchet kind of girl. Like, she was really, and she is really pretty. Like, she's a baddie, man. I always liked her vibe. I always liked her personality when she was on TV, and I've waited so long to see her back on a reality show since BGC 5. Like, it's been a really long time, and I honestly could have seen her on like Love and Hip Hop, but she hasn't done any reality TV that I know of since BGC 5. She was a fan favorite. Like, she just, the way she carried herself, the way she acted, and she was always down to like square up. You know, everybody that watched BGC 5 seen that beach fight and probably watched it over and over because, I mean, it was lit. Like, it was entertaining. She was always so real on her season, so I'm really excited to see her on Baddies. I'm just excited to see her on my TV screen, to be honest with you guys. Like, she just kind of gives off that bad bitch energy. She always is real classy, but still real ratchet in a way that's not overly done. Like, I appreciate a female like Kat. I'm really excited to see what she brings to this season. I just hope that it doesn't turn out to be like one of those things where one of your favorites goes on TV and then like kind of just flops. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping she gives us that same BGC 5 energy that she had. Next up, we have Lauren Lowe from BGC 12, Chicago. She is the one that had the whole drama with Jada on her season, but you know what, in my opinion, she was always just all right on her season of BGC. Like, I was never really impressed with her. Sometimes she kind of like irked me in a way with her and Jada's beef throughout the season, but she was definitely a standout on her season. but she low-key got on my nerves. Like, I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. She's built a big following from being on that season. Again, Lo was one of those that I expected to see on another reality show after BGC 12, but you know, she never came out with one. She never was on anything else. So I mean, I'm semi-excited to see her on Baddies West. But I'm kind of like sitting on the fence with Lo because, like I said, she kind of low-key got on my nerves on her season. I know the fans, I know you guys are gonna be pissed because from the trailer and the teasers that Zeus dropped, like, Krishan Rock was giving her the business. Like, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but she was getting the business from Krishan. Lo looks the part of a baddie, so I mean, there she has that down. But as far as like how she's gonna interact and if she gonna really get the business from Krishan, because that's what it looked like from the trailer and the teaser. Maybe those teasers and those trailers were wrong and she was handing out the business instead of getting the business from Krishan. We're gonna see. Now, you followers of hers, y'all gonna be mad because it really looked like she was getting the business. Next up, we have Tommy Lee. Tommy was from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I think I watched a couple of episodes of her seasons. I think she was on multiple seasons, I'm not sure. I always admired Tommy's TV personality because, I mean, she seemed like she was with the shits. Like, she seemed like she was about that life. I never really did see her in action. I know there was a couple of, like, blog posts with her and some altercation with her daughter. She kind of always talked about being a hustler, and I can appreciate that from anybody, really. Her IG content is fire. Tommy is a baddie. Looks wise, she's a baddie. Like, you guys cannot deny that. Now, will she look the same on camera like she does on Instagram? Who knows? But I guess we'll find out, right? She seems like a good fit for baddies. Like, I can totally see her TV personality really meshing well with the other girls so far from the trailer and the teaser. And of course, the online tea, it looks like her and Stunna Girl go at it throughout the whole season. They have this ongoing beef. It looks like it started from the auditions, but we'll get into that. I'm excited to see it unfold throughout this season. Next up, we have Roly Poly Snack Mills. We have Roly from One More Chance of Love, I think season 1 and 2, and she was on Baddies South. She's repping Vegas. Roly's hilarious. Like, I enjoy seeing Roly on my TV screen. She seems down to earth, and she seems like someone, you know, that I could like kick it with and just hang out and talk shit with. She just seems really relatable in that aspect. I do admire her because she stands her ground. She doesn't take any shit from anybody, which is a good thing. Like we seen in her last season on Baddies South. Like, she was with the shits. Like, she let everybody know up front, like, she is not going to take anybody's shit. She stands her ground, you know, and she's hilarious. Her interviews are hilarious. Her comebacks are hilarious. Like, I know she has, from what I can see from the trailer and the teaser, I know she has an altercation with Stunna Girl and a couple of other people, but you know, as we've seen on Baddies South, she's about that life, you know, and I'm really excited to see her come back on this season and, you know, just be herself and stand her ground. Next up, we have Krishan Rock. She was from the Blue Girls Club. I never got into that. Last season, she was on Baddies South. She's from Baltimore. To be honest with you guys, I didn't know of Krishan Rock till Baddies South. I didn't get into the whole Blueface or Blue Girls Club or whatever that was on OnlyFans because I'm not about to pay for that stuff. I liked Krishan on Baddies, and you know, I can appreciate her washing Persuasion up in the sink. That was reality gold, and you know, I wasn't really a fan of Persuasion anyway, so I thoroughly enjoyed her getting the business and getting knocked into the sink and getting washed up by Krishan Rock. But I do have to be honest with you guys, Krishan Rock is really, really young, and you can tell just by the way that she acts. So it's low-key a little annoying to see her and the way she goes about handling her business. But there's one thing you cannot deny is that Krishan Rock is about her business. And she likes to throw hands. Like, I mean, that scene from Baddies South with her and Slim getting into it, like, you could really tell, like she's about that life, and she really does have those hands. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what else she can bring to Baddies West. I just hope it's not her being childish the whole time, and y'all may come for me for having that opinion, but here I am. What's up? Next up, we have Biggie. Biggie is from the Baddies West auditions. She's repping Providence, Rhode Island. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys and say that Biggie stood out during the auditions. Like, I think it was her vibe and her voice, that deep East Coast kind of voice that and accent that she has. Like, she stood out to me the most. I instantly remembered her whenever the promo came out. I was like, oh, she was from the auditions. So, I mean, I like her style. She seems like, she reminds me of somebody that's a true hustler just by the way she carries herself and the way that she talks. And most importantly, she's repping for the Latinos. And you know, hearing her speak Spanish on this episode 1, like, it was kind of refreshing. You know, she was giving out them insults in Spanish, and it was really cutting them bitches. So I was like, all right, what's up? You repping for the Latinos. So from the trailer and the teaser, it looks like she stands her ground. I know we see a couple of altercations between her and Stunner Girl and maybe some other people on the trailer and the teasers, so I'm excited to see what she brings to the table. She was, you know, like my pre-favorite before the show comes out. Next up, we have Stunner Girl from Sacramento. I guess because I'm not from the West Coast, I've never heard or seen Stunner Girl before Baddies West auditions. I do remember her from the auditions because she wore that all orange outfit, and that voice kind of stood out to me, not necessarily in a good way. And the altercation that she had with Suki. And I think that's what stems the beef on this season of Baddies West with her and Tommy, was from that Baddies West auditions. I think Tommy threw a drink when her and Suki Hana or whatever were getting into it. So I think that's what started or fueled that fire, started the fire really between them. But it looks like her and Tommy were giving each other the business in the trailer and the teaser. So, I mean, I'm excited to see that. I mean, she has like this real ratchet ghetto hood vibe that I can appreciate, and she's got some style, so I'm excited to see more of her this season and see what she can bring to the table. Next up, we have Razor. Razor is from the Baddies auditions. She's repping Maryland. She looks like a baddie. Like, first and foremost, like, let's be real, let's keep it 100. She looks like a baddie. I like her style. She's really pretty. She seems like one of those pretty ratchet girls, which I can appreciate. I don't know much about Razor. From the trailer and the teaser, it looks like she gets into it with quite a few people or just one person. And, you know, the online tea looks like her and Scotty don't get along. They have an ongoing beef, but I'm excited to see her and see what she can bring to the table. Next up, we have DJ Sky High Baby. I'm not sure where this girl came from. I don't remember her on the Baddies West auditions. I do remember that she was in a scene in the Bad Boys Club LA, and she was in a scene with Carry On, and they were just kind of talking to each other. She didn't really stand out to me then, and she doesn't really stand out now. No offense to DJ Sky High Baby, but we're gonna see what she can bring to the table. So the first scene on the first episode of Baddies West, we have Mama Nun and Auntie Nun show up to Miss Natalie Nunn's house to talk about the success of the show, which, I mean, it's doing really good. Shout out to you, Natalie Nunn. Auntie Nun suggests that the energy needs to be on 100 and she's not expecting nothing else. And I agree with her. Like, I mean, they need to be turned the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They need to be on some baddies, ratchet shit. Give the viewers what they want, right? Yes. Auntie Nun likes Rolly, so does Mama Nun. The big baby Krishan is back. I can actually say that song Vibe, it's actually pretty catchy. Like, the little snippets that I've heard, it reminds me of like the the new school of rap, you know, like she's totally on brand with that. It totally fits her and that genre of music. Scotty said she wants to redeem herself from last season. She's cute. Like, Scotty's cute. Scotty with the body is cute. Kat is back. Y'all remember when Natalie and Kat had that beef online? Like, true BGC fans remember, like, they had that beef online and something about being in each other's sections or something like that. I don't want to reignite any old flames as far as beef goes, but those of you who remember. I wonder if they're even going to touch on that topic, because I know that it was like publicly or on the internet that they don't fuck with each other. So I wonder if they're going to touch on that this season. But Kat is still a baddie. She's aging backwards for some reason. Lo comes up. Lo is a baddie for sure. I like that accent. She's friendly, but she don't take any shit. Stunner Girl looks like a baddie. Auntie Nun said she looks like she won't take no static. That voice, though. She said she gets $1 million deals. Okay, go ahead, Stunner Girl. We actually learned that Stunner Girl has been in prison, so that means she's with the shits. Next up, we have Razor on our screen. Razor looks a part of a baddie for sure. She cuts men and women's hair, and she's also been in prison. There's a lot of prison babies in this motherfucker. Next up, we have Biggie repping for the Latinos. For some reason, I feel like I would buy drugs from her. I don't know, but don't do drugs, kids. But that's just my opinion. We have DJ Sky High. She seems cool. The vibe setter, she says, official baddies, official DJ of the baddies. And it is known that she is friends with Chrisean Rock, and they call her a babysitter of Chrisean Rock. Next up on our screens, we have Tommy. Tommy looks like a baddie. If you say otherwise, you're a fucking hater. Third year not being in jail for Tommy. Congratulations, Tommy. But if you think that's a flex, then next up we have the intro. The intro looks great. It's an upgrade from the last season for sure, because I never understood why they were in lounging clothes last season in the intro, and now that everybody's dolled up and they look really, really good. I do miss the theme song from last season. Like, it just kind of fit the vibe, the whole thing. But this one is it's a little better, I guess. Now Zeus brings us the first real official scene with everybody there. It looks like they're getting ready for the promo photo shoot. Everyone's getting ready. Razor has some cakes in that pink outfit she's got on. She looks good. Rolly is killing it in that green dough. And Lo looks decent in yellow. Chrisean shows up late, and it looks like everybody's irritated by that, and it could be editing or whatever, but it does look like everybody's upset. Stunna looks good in that gold outfit she has on. Like, you cannot deny that. She is a very beautiful girl, but it also looks like, and it's like a little bit of foreshadowing that she is ready to charge Tommy up on the first episode at the photo shoot. So let's continue. Tommy walks in. The energy in the room is insane, somebody says. So as Tommy is walking down to do her photo shoot, she does mention that she's like in this other room without anybody else. So it slightly looks like a setup, or not necessarily a setup for Tommy to get attacked, but a setup for two people to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, editing's a bitch, but from the looks of it and from what Tommy says, it looks like it was set up for her to get down, you know, whether she was ready or not. Because Stunna walks in and Stunna throws a drink immediately at Tommy and then just starts giving her the business or whatever it was, you know. But low-key, it looked like a sneak because Tommy was looking directly into a mirror, and Stunna comes out from what it looks like the left side and just throws a drink and then just attacks Tommy. Like, I mean, there's no other way to put it. It looks like that Tommy didn't know that she was coming at her like that. It did look like a sneak. Like, it did look like Stunna sneaked Tommy, I will say that. But there wasn't a lot of hands that were being thrown. I mean, there was a couple of punches here and there, but it looks like mainly Tommy's hair was just yanked on. Tommy was doing all that talking at the auditions, and I would imagine her being a producer on the show, she knew Stunna was going to be there. So, like, why would you not be prepared at all times, especially if you were running and throwing that drink at her at the auditions? Like, it kind of makes sense. I'm not defending Stunna's sneak, but I mean, come on now, Tommy, you got to be on your P's and Q's if you're going to run that mouth. Tommy is feeling some kind of way. Obviously, she's upset. She is talking mad shit to the security guard. She's all up in their faces, just really like going ham on them, which they are better than me. She's being really disrespectful to him. I can totally see that. Then it gets to a point where it was kind of like, what? When Tommy was making the security smell her panties. I don't know if any of you guys caught that. If you watched the first episode, you did catch that Tommy was putting her panties all in security's face. So, that was a choice. That was a choice for sure. She dared everybody while they were all standing there. She dared everybody to take off their panties and let a man sniff them so that she knows that they're real baddies or something to that extent. Like, she was like, if your panties don't stink, then you're a baddie. So if they do stink, then you're not a baddie, or something to that extent. And everybody was just really watching her because she was still upset. I don't want to smell anybody's bikini bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my vibe. After that, you know, after the whole altercation with Stunna, the whole panty thing, they cut the promo shoot off and they're like, it's a wrap. Nobody gets to shoot anymore. And I guess it kind of irritated everybody. The next scene is the baddies, well, some of the baddies all walking out to catch the bus, or their tour bus or their sprinter to the baddies' house in LA. And you know, they're all in the van. They're all just kind of like, it seemed like they were trying to get to know each other, kind of like, I guess, just talk amongst each other. They're all on the bus. They're heading home. They're passing that bottle around while they're waiting for the sprinter van, and I can appreciate that because it just kind of tells me that they want to have fun. Like, I mean, turn up, you know. Krishan calls Rolly on the phone. Everybody's around. She doesn't want any of that TV stuff. And a little later, it's kind of explained that she was saying that she doesn't want anybody else to get clout off of her or something like that. Krishan's on the sprinter. Neither is Tommy. It seems like everybody's upset that Krishan is not on the sprinter. They don't really mention Tommy's name, but it just seems like everybody's upset, and that's like the whole discussion up until Kat and Biggie have words about being a club promoter or something. It almost seemed like it was a dick measuring contest at one point because Biggie was coming off really like arrogant during the whole conversation or argument. Like, they argued for what it seemed like a couple minutes about trying to figure out if Kat was a club promoter, and then Biggie was saying she was an event coordinator, and it was a little weird. It was a little bit of a weird argument that they had. I'm not sure that it was necessary, and like I said, it almost seemed like a dick measuring contest, but Kat kept her cool. Like, she was trying to figure out what they were actually talking about, and Biggie was steady saying that you're a club promoter, but Kat said she's been doing it for 10 years, but she's not a club promoter or an event coordinator. And then Biggie was like, I am an event coordinator, and that was my career. And it just kind of seemed a little pointless, but they went back and forth. Then we get to Stunna clearing the air about her beef with Tommy, and you know, Biggie made it known that she didn't agree with Stunna running up on Tommy like that. Rolly went around and let it be known that she's not on anybody's side at the moment. You know, she was just like, y'all beef, that's not my fucking business, whatever. Biggie said she's not on anyone's side, but she likes the way that Tommy handled herself after the altercation at the photo shoot. I guess it was more about professionalism with Biggie than it was anything else, and that she admired the way that she handled herself. That's when Biggie and Stunna get into it. Like, Biggie and Stunna start getting into it, and you know, a bunch of insults were exchanged, and it did seem like Biggie was the instigator in the situation, that particular situation. Like, it looked like she just kept egging on Stunna, like she kept talking shit to her, and something about what Biggie was wearing was her brand, and Stunna said that $5.99 outfit, then Biggie said, your mother wears $5.99 outfits. So that was pretty funny. And low-key, like I mentioned, it was really refreshing hearing Spanish insults being thrown amongst this group of reality trash TV stars. Like, I was like, all right, Biggie, go ahead, give it to her, cut her in Spanish. An insult in Spanish always sounds like it hurts more for some reason. You know, when she was giving her the business in Spanish, I was here for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yeah, that hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should hurt my feelings. But it was really refreshing hearing the Spanish insults. And then, you know, things get really heated. Security, some of the girls low moved. Razor starts moving. You know, security kind of like gets in place for something to happen. And then Stunna Girl chunks a liquor bottle at Biggie. Just boom. That motherfucker flew though. And that let me know that Stunna was not playing with Biggie. Like, she was mad because that liquor bottle flew. And I just kept thinking, after I seen it and I rewatched it, I kept thinking, damn, if that bottle would have hit Biggie in the face, like, that would have left a mark for sure, because she chunked it. And they weren't even that far from each other, so I was kind of like, damn, that was crazy. Was that necessary? I don't know. But as soon as Stunna throws the bottle of liquor, which was Razor's, and then Razor felt a kind of way that she threw the bottle, all hell breaks loose on the Sprinter van. And I was just like, damn. In the midst of all this happening, Stunna says, everybody can get on the ground. And mind you, Rolly's sitting behind her, and Rolly don't like the way she said that. Or Rolly did not like those choice of words. I think it was mainly because Stunna Girl said, everybody, which I personally think that energy should have been directed solely at Biggie, you know, like those kind of things. And I understand Rolly's point of view, because if you're around a group of people and somebody's like, I'll slap everybody in this motherfucker, I'm the kind of person that's going to be like, hold up now, even if I'm not involved with that, you're not going to slap me, like, nor are you going to threaten me. And you're heated. I mean, it just kind of leaves room for me to be like, well, shit, like, you gonna slap me? You ain't slapping me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm agreeing with Rolly on this. So Rolly and Stunna start getting into it. They start arguing, and they're exchanging words, and it gets heated really fast from what we can see. Security is like getting in between Rolly and Stunna, and then as they're still exchanging words, you know, tensions are kind of like dying down. Stunna throws a drink in Rolly's face and lunges back, which I give Stunna props, because, you know, she kept that same energy. She was talking all that shit, and then she wanted to give out the business, and Rolly was right there. Rolly was talking at her, like coming at her. I mean, I guess when security pushed Stunna back to get her off of Rolly, she gets in a position where she can start kicking Rolly, and you see those kicks go, and then the episode ends. I always feel on the first episodes that I miss something. Like, it was like that when I watched Bad Boys Club LA. Like, on that first episode, I kept thinking, what did I miss? Because there was so much drama and so much tea, like, without any backstory. So I guess it would be all the drama without the tea. Like, it was just a bunch going on. So I always felt like I missed something, and it's crazy because it was always on the first episode. Like, it was like, what did we miss? You know, there had to have been more than the photo shoot and in between that time. Overall, I'm excited to see how this season plays out. I hope it doesn't die down like in the middle of the season and it's like just flatline for the rest of the season. But with this particular group of girls, I have really high hopes, and you know, the trailer and the teaser looked really good, and it's only been the first episode, and there's been a lot of drama, there's been a lot of fights, and I'm excited to see each and every one of these girls, you know, them getting to the bag, them talking shit about each other, them being friends, you know, just I'm excited overall for what Baddies West. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on Trash TV with Dollar Gillz. I'm your boy Dollar Gillz. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so we can discuss Baddies West some more. Leave a comment suggestion or question down below in the comment section if you agree with me, or if better yet, if you disagree with me, be sure to tell me why down below in the comment section. Let me know which one's your favorite baddie so far, and if you want to interact with me even more, go ahead and add me on Instagram at Dollar Gillz with 2 L's and a Z, and we can be friends. You know, I'll follow you, you follow me. What's up, what's up, what's up? Till next time, I'll see you guys later.